Cassava, Nigeria's most beloved staple food, adapted well to our climate and fused into our food culture. Grown across 22 of our states in the north and the south of the country. Does this humble root vegetable hold the key to our future? We've relied on cassava for generations, but it can be much more. In this video, we'll explore how cassava, a major export commodity, can become a game changer, transforming Nigeria into a biofuel leader. This is Discourse, and I'm Azubuike. At some point in the future, Nigeria will have very little to no more oil. And on top of that, international demand for oil will go down dramatically. This is because of the climate targets that countries have been working towards consciously to reduce carbon emission, to reduce greenhouse gases. A time will come that even if we have oil, there will be very little we can do with it. We might be able to satisfy our domestic demand here and there, but in terms of earning foreign exchange, which we rely on oil today for more than 90% of our exports, if we get to that point, it's going to have a debilitating effect on our economy. It sounds a bit gloomy for the future, but we already have what it takes to step into the next phase of energy. The answer is ethanol. Ethanol is a clean burning fuel. It is made from plants. And guess what? Nigeria has a lot of those plants. Ethanol is one of the highly sought after renewable fuels in the international market. We have over 42 varieties of cassava in Nigeria. We grow them in 22 different states across the country. Our local farmers have developed skills and a lot of expertise in the cultivation of cassava. With the little we can do, we were able to be the highest in the world. Nigeria has a competitive advantage in the production of cassava, and cassava is the main feedstock for industrial scale ethanol. Cassava is one of Nigeria's strengths. When we talk about economic diversification through agriculture, a high-value commodity and a skilled workforce are basic elements, and we have them both in cassava. In an ideal case scenario, cassava has the potential of yielding up to 80 tons per hectare. Average production world over goes up to about 18 tons per hectare. Nigeria does between 10 to 15 tons per hectare. Key steps such as peeling, grinding, grating, fermenting, and distillation are required to transform a cassava tuber into a certain amount of ethanol. A ton of cassava can produce a minimum of 200 liters of ethanol when it's fully processed. The produced ethanol can be used directly for driving automobiles and machineries, or it can be blended with other fuels as well. It comes with other chemical byproducts such as glycerol, lactic acid, and acetic acid. Another significant byproduct from the production of ethanol is called cassava bagasse. Cassava bagasse is 50% cassava starch along with fiber. It can be converted into sugars, which will make it a valuable commodity for biofuels. Producing ethanol in industrial quantity and cassava bagasse, if we blend them with the waste, agricultural waste that we generate already and that we are going to generate in the future, is going to position Nigeria as one of the leading nations in the production of biofuels. We all know that there are challenges to the production or industrial process that is required to produce ethanol in Nigeria. But before then, if you've not subscribed to my channel, take 1 minute and do it, or take 1 second and do it. And if you like what you're watching so far, please like this video, put your comments down below. Let's interact. Cassava is quite tedious to cultivate, and it requires a purpose-built industrial facility to be able to achieve industrial level production. Land tenure system and the availability of fertilizer, pesticides, and other farm inputs also pose a significant challenge to different cadres of Nigerian farmers. The good news is, mechanization can be used from the planting to the harvesting of cassava. Every process in between can be mechanized. We can spray, we can plant, we can harvest. Also, very importantly, Nigeria now produces enough fertilizer locally. As a matter of fact, Nigeria is a net exporter of fertilizer now. Dangote built a 2.8 million metric ton fertilizer facility, a urea plant. It's the largest in Africa. Nigeria has commenced exportation of fertilizer to the United States, to Brazil, to India, to Mexico, and to Argentina. With the will on the part of every stakeholder to succeed, we have a great opportunity to leverage on our position as the highest producer in the world. If these purpose-built fields succeed, so they've gone in, they've done research, they've understood the climate, they've understood the soil, they've set up testing facilities and all that, built the supply chain built around these purpose-built cassava fields. That knowledge will then be used to filter into the community throughout grower programs. They will go to the community, partner with farmers who are willing to expand their farming operations in cassava, support them with the knowledge that they need, how to improve their yield, whatever cassava variant that they can plant, support them with that sort of knowledge, give them the backbone, and then these farmers will expand their farm, produce, and sell to the processing facility. It's a win-win situation for everybody. So if we get it right with our purpose-built farms, we'll definitely spill over into our rural areas. That's how this plan can work effectively for everybody. Now, when we combine what we can produce using our purpose-built fields and the yield that we can also produce when our local farmers all expand their operations and transit from subsistence farming to commercial agriculture, we will increase our yield many times over. We will get consistent supply of feedstock to our ethanol plants. The ethanol industry in Nigeria will be stable. Farmers will earn more. They will be able to send their kids to better schools. They will see agriculture as a business, from garri to starch, to sugar, to cassava flour, to ethanol, to cassava bagasse. There is an endless possibility what you can do with this tuber crop called cassava. Nigeria stands to gain a lot from leveraging its position as the world's largest producer of cassava to develop the cassava value chain. Governments at different levels, both the federal and the state, across the country, should engage with both local and international private investors, people that have the resources, the funds, the skills, the expertise to produce ethanol, to process cassava in industrial scale, and to mechanize cassava fields. If all these efforts are combined, we will build a strong ecosystem around that tuber crop called cassava in Nigeria. This will guarantee Nigeria's long-term economic and energy future. Nigerian farmers are ready. I want to believe that the Nigerian governments are ready. I know that investors are ready. This kind of schemes are usually driven by government, but private participants can come as well and bring the initiatives to government. If you watch this video from any part of the world and you are into a line of business that has something to do with cassava, processing, mechanization, ethanol production, Nigeria is open for business. Contact our governments. You will not regret coming to Nigeria. Your business will boom. There's so much potential in this country with that crop called cassava. If cassava is your line of business and you want to expand internationally, Nigeria should be your first destination. You'll be very happy that you came over. What are your thoughts? Hit the like button if you like what you're watching so far. Drop your comments and let's share ideas. And also, very importantly, please subscribe to my channel so you can have more contents that talk about the development of Nigeria's agricultural value chains, about the development of our country, Nigeria. This is Discourse, and my name is Azubuike. Thank you for watching this video.